Or
One more on.
Hello, hey, how's everybody?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something really intense. Woman of the Hour. This movie is one part crime, one part mystery, and a whole lot of suspense based on the real-life story of a woman who unknowingly picks a serial killer on a 1970s dating show. It's a wild ride, and I'm going to walk you through the whole thing, scene by scene. So get comfy because we've got a lot to unpack here. Let's jump right in. We kick things off with Cheryl Bradshaw. She's this bubbly, single woman, and she's looking for love. So, naturally, she's a contestant on a popular 1970s dating show. Now, this show is one of those setups where Cheryl can't actually see the three guys sitting behind a screen. She asks them questions, and based on their answers, she'll choose one for a date. It all seems fun and lighthearted, right? Among the three guys, we meet Rodney Alcala. He's charming, he's witty, and he's definitely standing out from the rest. Rodney's smooth. He knows exactly how to play the game. But here's where things take a dark turn. While Cheryl and everyone else in the studio sees a confident, attractive man, we, the audience, get to see a completely different side of him. Rodney is hiding a dangerous secret. He's not just some bachelor looking for love, he's actually a serial killer. As Cheryl asks her questions, Rodney answers with this easy charm. He's playful, making jokes, and the whole crowd is loving it. The other two guys don't stand a chance. By the time Cheryl has to make her choice, it's pretty clear who she's going to pick: Rodney. When she does, the audience erupts into applause, and the host is all smiles, announcing them as the winning couple. But in that moment, the film does something brilliant. It zooms in on Rodney's face. His smile looks just a little too wide, a little too calculated. The tension is building, and we know there's something seriously off about this guy. Now, we fast forward to after the show. Cheryl's preparing for her date with Rodney. At first, she's excited. After all, she picked him because he seemed like the best choice, right? But then, this uneasy feeling starts creeping in. Cheryl can't quite explain it, but something about Rodney didn't feel right. She talks to a friend about it, casually mentioning that maybe she's just nervous. But the feeling sticks with her. Even before the date happens, she's having second thoughts. When they finally meet up, the movie really cranks up the tension. Rodney's still acting normal enough. He's polite, smiles at all the right times, but Cheryl's instincts are firing off alarms. It's like she knows something is wrong, even though she can't put her finger on it. The way the film portrays this scene is so well done. You can feel the unease growing with every little glance, every awkward pause in their conversation. And this is where things start to get really intense. Cheryl is trying to enjoy the date, but Rodney is giving off these subtle red flags. He's just too charming, like he's putting on an act, and Cheryl senses it. But here's the thing. She doesn't know what we know. She has no idea that Rodney is a serial killer who has done this before. And the movie cuts to these flashbacks that show exactly how Rodney operates. In the flashbacks, we see Rodney's true nature. He used to lure women by pretending to be a photographer. He'd convince them to pose for him, making it seem all professional and harmless. But once they were alone, his demeanor would change in an instant. These scenes are seriously chilling. You watch him flip from charming to violent so fast, it's terrifying. And the worst part is, Rodney was able to pull this off multiple times without getting caught. He moved from place to place, leaving a trail of victims behind him. Back in the present, Cheryl is growing more and more uncomfortable. Rodney's behavior is creeping her out, and she's trying to figure out how to politely end the date. After it's over, she talks to her friends again, telling them how weird the whole thing felt. Her gut is telling her to cut ties with Rodney, and thankfully, she listens to it. She cancels any future plans with him, which ends up being a life-saving decision. But Rodney? Oh, he doesn't let go that easily. The movie shows how obsessive and manipulative he can be when things don't go his way. There's this super unsettling scene where Rodney starts calling Cheryl over and over again, trying to get her to change her mind. He's persistent, refusing to take no for an answer. Cheryl's already freaked out, But now she's fully realizing that something is seriously wrong with this guy. The tension here is through the roof, and you're just waiting for something bad to happen. Before I continue, let me quickly remind you, if you're enjoying this recap, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got tons more movie breakdowns and summaries coming your way, so make sure you don't miss out. Alright, back to the story. So at this point in the movie, we know that Rodney is dangerous, but Cheryl doesn't have the full picture. She dodges his calls and tries to move on, but the unease lingers. Meanwhile, the movie shifts focus to the police investigation that's closing in on Rodney. The cops are starting to connect the dots, piecing together evidence from his past crimes. This part of the film is like a race against time. Rodney is still out there, and the police are working around the clock to stop him before he strikes again. As they dig deeper, the detectives uncover something horrifying: Rodney's collection of photographs. He had taken hundreds of photos of women, many of whom are still missing. The realization hits hard. This guy wasn't just some smooth-talking bachelor. He was a predator who used his charm to lure in unsuspecting victims. The detectives start connecting these missing women to Rodney, and the picture of who he really is becomes clear. The movie's final act is where everything comes to a head. The police are closing in on Rodney, but he's not going down without a fight. There's this intense scene where the cops are trying to track him down before he can claim another victim. Rodney, knowing the walls are closing in, becomes more erratic and desperate. The tension here is insane. You're just holding your breath, waiting for the moment they finally catch him. When Rodney is arrested, the full extent of his crimes is revealed. The film doesn't shy away from showing just how much damage he caused. We see the faces of his victims, the women who never got the chance to escape like Cheryl did. It's heartbreaking, and it adds this heavy weight to the whole story. Rodney isn't just some fictional villain. He was a real person who hurt real people, and the movie makes sure you feel the gravity of that. In the final moments of the film, we see Cheryl reflecting on everything that happened. She had no idea how close she came to being one of Rodney's victims, and the thought of it shakes her to her core. But at the same time, there's this sense of relief. She trusted her instincts, and that's what saved her life. The movie ends on this somber yet powerful note, reminding us of how important it is to listen to our gut when something feels off. And that's the full breakdown of Woman of the Hour. Wow, what a ride! This movie is such a well-crafted thriller that keeps you on edge the entire time. Cheryl's story is a chilling reminder of how easily predators can hide in plain sight, and how crucial it is to trust your instincts, even when everything seems fine on the surface. The fact that this is based on a true story just makes it all the more haunting. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this recap, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below. What did you think of Woman of the Hour? Did the twist surprise you? Or were you expecting Rodney's true nature to be revealed? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget, I've got more movie recaps and breakdowns coming up, so stay tuned for that. Alright, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one.